and vis-a-vis that, the name, image, and likeness movement that we've started at 505 SVF. We've set new records. Richard Goose Gossage, a blast from the past, Hall of Fame baseball player, and the attendance was capacity.
All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows.
Welcome back, everybody, and thanks for being with us this morning. Women's basketball, softball, as you saw last week with our special guest, Rachel Hathhout, and now football. So,
and there's people like yourself, and I'm vested with you. I mean, I think I've shown it. I can't give you that $1 million that you need. He hasn't been in the business 2 years. Oh, and he doesn't know how to work this NIL. And it's $30. I know personally did that. Called you up that day. Said, hey, well, we want to support this. So it's
because this is about the community. It's just not about going to, players getting money. It's about attracting and retaining. Right now, it's bounding, scoring, and I believe it's the 6th time this morning he was announced he's the Mountain West Freshman of the Year. So people are asking me, whoa, how do we keep him? How do we keep him? Well, we have to have attractive name, image, and likeness opportunities for them. We're set up to do that. If you want to help us, it's very easy. It's 505 Sports. A sold-out pit, 25,000 at football, Mountain West Championship in baseball. It brings dollars into the community, not just the university. So anyway, we're waiting for the AP poll to come out as we speak. Maybe it'll be out after this break. We're going to come back and talk about Lobo baskets. Hang with us. We'll be right back.
If you're drunk,
blasted,
intoxicated,
ripped, plastered,
taint, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
Lobos, give them money to criticize.
Except football, men's and women's basketball. $50. Go buy a pass. Help out. And like Steve says, interact. Get to the game. First, root for your team. Root for your school. Root for your community. Because again, I've said this for years, coming from New York, but being involved with New Mexico athletics for now my year 50, these are our professional players. We don't have the Dodgers. We don't have the Rockies. We don't have the Broncos. We have the Lobos. And so we need, as a community, to get out there. We need to give them their support. And yeah, go to the games. Talk to the coaches. Talk to the kids. They love to hear you. They love the support. So that's just great, Steve. So
I got one other comment I wanted to, Coach Brown, go meet those kids. You let me go golf with you that one day, and Utah, I was more impressed just with the mannerism and the kids that are being recruited. You know, and then I've gotten to talk to a few Lobos. Basketball, which is putting them in a hierarchy, but these young men, young student athletes, they're fun to talk to. And you know what? They have so much respect just for you, just to come up and be part of the program.
True, no doubt about it. It's great to interact. Again, I sound like a broken record. It's community involvement. Get involved. And if we are involved, then we can retain and recruit the highest level student athlete, because NIL opportunities are the deal. They're across the board, every level in NCAA they exist. And if we want to be competitive, and we are very competitive right now, we have to participate. Again, 505sports.org, 505sports.org. Anyway, one sellout, 1 near sellout, 2 double-digit wins over top 25 teams, and then a trap game up in Colorado Springs, Air Force. We've seen some horror stories. Lobos sweep the time. 2 games in the pit and in Air Force. What do you think?
Well, here's the team that's going to win the Mountain West Conference is going to be the team that wins on the road. You know, everybody's getting beat up on the road. Colorado State, 14, they go on the road. They lose 2 on the road. You know, Nevada, that I thought was one of the teams to really watch out for, they lose 3 games, and all of a sudden, Vegas, you don't want to play them at home. You don't want to play them on the road. They're going to take you down to the wire. I mean, this is maybe, top to bottom, maybe one of the best Mountain West leagues that we've seen in a while.
Yeah, we saw, if you're on the internet looking at digital stuff, there's a group, a Twitter handle, Field of 68. They do podcasts, and yesterday they did one, and they were seriously, one of the members, John Fanta, who works out of New York City, has the Lobos in the Final Four. They were actually talking seriously the possibility of 6 Mountain West teams in the NCAA tournament. I kind of think that's a reach, but to even have that discussion, who knows? Who knows if there's a bid stealer? And you mentioned those running Rebels. It hasn't been a factor in years, but that Mountain West tournament is played in their gym, and we used to always complain, you have to move it. But since haven't been competitive, no one cares. Well, this year people might care. We saw them go up 20 on the Lobos. They have a really good team. So top to bottom, I think it's the best Mountain West we've ever seen.
And and then they're going on the road and playing Fresno State or San Jose State. San Jose State, and I watched them, and they're big and they can shoot, and so not a big crowd, and that to me is, if they can win that game, because everybody that goes in and plays that team, they're getting better. And that's the thing about everybody in the Mountain West is getting better too.
Yeah, San Jose State will be a tough game on Wednesday. Tim Miles always has his team bring it. And like you said, they can shoot it, they're big, and nobody's there. It's a squeaky sneaker game. Anyway, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back with our special guest, Steve Davis.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Teenagers love a party, especially during prom and graduation season. Often alcohol is involved. Some parents think that hosting a party with alcohol in their home will keep the kids safe, but it's wrong and it's illegal. As a parent, to allow your teenagers, underage friends to consume alcohol on your property is a felony. Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to teenage drinking.
This is a program of the Drug Free Action Alliance. For more information, go to burnco.gov/do-not-post.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Cross-Camara, and I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team going through some changes, but we're here to stay. We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need to bring up off the field.
505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space.
And you can be part of it.
Try to shit better than all my attention. I can show that you got my attention. See your baby, I can get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
Seriously? You expect me to drive while you aren't wearing seatbelts?
What's the worst that can happen?
Seriously? Buckle up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm here with Steve Davis, president of ProView, and we're already in our last segment, and I just want to get to the current Lobo team. So you've watched, you played, you know. Let's pick a guy, JT Toppin. What do you think?
Well, I tell you, dynamic and living up to the expectations. That's hard to do as a freshman. Got the accolades in the Mountain West, but you know, there was a player I played with was Willie Howard, a guy that you know very well, and killed your refereeing. And decided this you didn't want. You had no future in refereeing, but you know he's dynamic, and Toppin even is even better than him at this stage of his game.
Yeah, we see JT. I think today we mentioned earlier he's now won his 6th Freshman of the Year. If he continues, it sounds odd, but if he continues along this pace, I think he has to be considered for the Player of the Year in the Mountain West. Unusual to have a freshman be considered, and you go in with preconceived notions. The kid up in Colorado State who's just incredible, Blackshear at Nevada. You got the great, whatever his name is at Utah State, I already forgot because he was so out of shape when he played here last week. But Toppin, I think, is in that discussion, if not Player of the Year. Clearly he's in the running for all Mountain West top 5. He's great. And then we've got Donovan Dent, dynamic point guard.
Well, Dent, to me, is the glue of this. I mean, he's calm, cool, and collective on the court. If you need a steal, he gets it. And then if Mashburn and those guys are playing, he plays defense. And the word to me with him is he understands his role. If he needs to be a scorer that night, he'll go out and get double figures. And he's just a sophomore, and that's something great. You know, retain is the word with him. Can we keep him retained? I put that responsibility on you to make sure that you take care of him. But the overall Lobos is, and I follow it very well, and I listen to all the post game deal. If I don't go to the game, if I'm doing a high school game, and I get home and I get to watch the second half. I love the late. Keep those games late because I'm a big fan of that. So I get to come home and watch the second half and watch it in detail. And I love to get halftime because I get all the feedback of what happened in the first half and all the replays and all the big plays.
Well, you'll be late. Tomorrow is a 8 o'clock start on the West Coast, 9 o'clock here local time in San Jose. But yeah, the Lobos, you mentioned about Dent, he contributes kind of what he needs to do based on the circumstance. Another just outstanding statistic that I read twice before it really hit me, the Lobos have had 5 players score over 25 points in a game, which no other team in the country has that happen. And I think you could really see
the words pick your poison.
Yeah. Well, you could see it this Saturday up in Colorado Springs. Nelly Jr. Joseph, who looked like All-American against the Utah State, couldn't make a layup at first. He also was getting beat down court. He only played 18 minutes. He sat him down. The Lobos went a little smaller, obviously. And the next guy, I think, who's started out horrendously, Mustafa Amzil, he was 1 for 24 from 3. He is starting to pick it up. He's playing down low. He's rebounding, and he's scoring. And I predict, maybe even tomorrow night, he's the sixth Lobo who pops in 25. So they have depth that they've never had before, I think.
And the thing that you're relaying to me is they're confident. They're not cocky. They're confident. They prepare. They come in and they take care of business.
Yeah. Well, you said not cocky. I think at times my buddy Jalen House can come off as a little cocky.
But he's very confident.
and cocky and backing it up is wild.
Right.
You can do it. This weekend against Air Force, we were sitting behind a Lobo bench, and just to the left of the Lobo bench is the Air Force student section, and they tend to have a bunch of football players in the front, and they were on him. Like, he's getting in foul trouble, and he just sat at the end of the bench, chatted with them, reminded them to check the scoreboard on a regular basis. So it was cocky confidence, we'll call it. And then you also have Jamal Mashburn, who's just Jamal Mashburn Jr., who's just, as I see, rounding into shape, finally figuring out, getting his rhythm back, leading scorer last year in the Mountain West. He's going to be a major league contributor the whole year, and you know that there'll be crunch time. The end of the Lobo season is heavy on the road. You need that guy. You need Mashburn Jr. to be able to take that shot, fearless, when you need that one basket.
Well, and they haven't been healthy. Okay, I think this is the third or fourth game. You would know more but that they've been all healthy, and now Pitino's got a rotation with guys that are confident, know their role, and also are listening to what his game plan is.
Yeah, well, especially with the young guys. They're brand new at this. True Washington, JT Toppin. You even see on the bench Applehands and Q. Not getting much time. They'll be there when necessary, and they're getting better every game. Anyway, hey, Steve, thanks for coming on. I just want to say it's great to have you here. It's great for everyone to be part of our movement, and that's what we call it. 505 SVF is a movement here in New Mexico. It's necessary, it's vital for the University of New Mexico to succeed on the athletic field and in the classroom with the top student athletes available. We've got a great base. We've got great programs. You're all aware of our facilities. If you live here, you know that this is a great place to live. But we need to compete at the name, image, and likeness level. So again, thanks for being with us. We're 505svf.org. We're looking for members. We're looking to continue the momentum. Hopefully, we'll see you back next week. And Steve, thanks, and go Lobos. Sorry, Tim.